Welcome back to the Ford Tech Garage. I'm Chris, and today we're wiring up the 45 Willis MB. This video is going to be a little bit shorter. I just want to get some of the basics started, and then we'll dive into other sections of the wiring in chunks because they involve different systems. Okay, I've been waiting for this one for a while. I've been watching on Ron Fitzpatrick Jeep Parts for the Master Electrical Kit to come back in stock. I needed a rotary switch style, so late. The Jeep's built July 11th, 1945. So I needed a late kit, and there's some differences in there in the way the wires go. I believe some of the battery cables and connectors were on back order, but they just came off, and I jumped on it the same day. So we've got our battery cables from the battery to the starter, ground cables. This is such a comprehensive kit. I've got both junction blocks for the Firewall, and they've come with hardware, so this is just fantastic. All the connectors to put the master wiring harness together, and this is where they really nail it. We've got all of the proper wiring, all individually labeled by what section it goes to, and all of them come with the proper wiring diagram so that we can see how to install it properly and what the actual electrical flow looks like. Plus, they included an overall wiring diagram for the whole Jeep. So this is awesome. This is going to make this totally easy to wire up. And now we just need to dive in and start doing the sections we can do. And some of the wiring should be done before other things. Some of it needs to be done after other things. Now it's all here, so as I am putting the Jeep together, I can start putting the wiring in as needed. So let's dive into some electrical wiring of a 1945 Willis MB. First, I'm going to get my little helper to help me put in this starter switch. Now that I have the battery cables, I'm going to be wanting to get that going, but it's difficult to get the bolts and nuts in, so you're going to want a helper. So have someone inside holding those bolts while you get the nuts started. And then we'll get those all tightened down. Now we're ready to put the firewall pad in. And this is pretty straightforward. We're just going to push it up in there. And once it's in position, you can try to push the screws through the firewall, and then you're going to use the little clips to retain it. This would be a lot easier with another person, but my helper ran off for the afternoon. And we need this in place because we're going to start pushing wiring harnesses and cables through the firewall, and they have to go through this firewall pad. So this is going to be the first part of getting your wiring installed, is to get this pad installed in there. And now that that's installed, we're going to go over to the starter switch and we'll get our starter cables wired up. One thing I want to make sure is that the studs and nuts and washers are all very clean, and we're going to be using lock washers on these and star washers so that they bite into metal and give us a good connection. Okay, next I want to get, so we got this in, let's get that upper battery cable in. While you're installing the battery cable, you need to have the right hand engine harness ready because of it installs with that battery cable, and that is the circuit that provides power to the ammeter and the ignition switch. I'm not sure which firewall hole this runs through yet. So let's just put it out of the way for now. Alright, I need to get the dimmer switch installed. I've got it all painted up here. This is an MV spares dimmer switch. So we'll just get him right in here. Now there's supposed to be a plate that goes on there, and I do have the gasket for it, but I cannot find the plate, so I'm gonna have to order a new one. And so that'll use the upper mounting hole, goes through the plate. All right, I was worried about having to put nuts behind the firewall pad, but it turns out it's already got cage nuts just for that reason, just so that they can be accessed without having to. So this must be a late build feature, because earlier Jeeps I saw utilized nuts on the back side, and indeed Joe's motor pool did include nuts with this. So the first harness that I'm going to be wiring up to that junction block is going to be the brake switch and horn harness. And I didn't get footage of actually putting the horn brush on. It's just really tight in there to actually film. But that is wired up to our block now. So we are ready to continue on and push the headlight switch through. And that's going to be coming up in the next video. And don't forget that horn and brake harness have a clamp also that goes down on the body gusset there, and that's going to keep it out of the way of the steering component. Well, thanks for watching this one. As you can see, that got us a huge jump start ahead, and now we're ready to go ahead and start wiring up the main body harnesses. I'll have more videos coming soon, so make sure to like this video if you did, and subscribe so you can see the next one. You never know what we're going to be doing. I've got wiring, I've got instrument gauges, we've got the cooling system to hook up, we've got the bonding straps to install. So make sure to subscribe and tune into the next one, because you never know what I'll be doing in the Ford Tech Garage.